You need an alien employment permit before they come here.
No. The process here in the Philippines is that they come here, for instance, as a tourist, and then they find jobs here in the Philippines. They can convert their tourist visa into a working visa, but it requires the issuance of alien employment permit.
But you just went through a whole list of requirements.
Yes.
Are they able to meet all these requirements while here as tourists? How is
Well,
that done?
in the past, before this interagency joint memorandum circular have been signed by all the principals of different government agencies, most of these POGO workers are issued special work permit by the Bureau of Immigration. So when the task force on interagency task force on foreign nationals have been convened and organized, we had a policy that all POGO workers should not be issued special work permit, but instead they should undergo the alien employment permit.
Okay, so this is new.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a new policy.
How new? When did it take effect?
It took effect July 16, 2019.
Oh, is that not that new?
No.
But that was just last year.
Yeah,
So
this was just last
months ago.
year.
But was this specifically because of the POGOs?
Well, it's because in the past, we have, BI have been issuing special work permits, and we found out that they are issuing SWPs like more than what we have issued alien employment permits, because the SWP can be renewed
For
every
another
time.
6 months.
Yes,
They
another
don't
6
need,
months,
they don't
another
need to
6
clear
months.
with you to issue that permit.
No.
Since these are workers.
Yes.
No need to clear with you.
That's the reason why. When we were called by the Senate way back 2018, the Senate found out these schemes, and then they tasked the government agencies to put their acts together, harmonize the policies on foreign nationals working here in the Philippines, and therefore it resulted to 2 policy issuances. One is the joint guidelines between and among DOLE, the Bureau of Immigration, the Bureau of Internal Revenue, and the DOJ. And then the second one, which harmonizes all the policies of the foreign nationals. There are, I think, 9 agencies involved. So we have DOLE, DOJ, DFA, BI, BIR, NICA, DENR, PRC. Note that there's a lot of agencies because AEP is not the sole authority where the foreign national can work legally here in the Philippines. A number of agencies that I have mentioned are also issuing, for instance, different authorities to these foreign nationals, where they are just performing their mandate based on the laws for which they have been created.
It sounds very complicated, and
It
yet we're
is.
so surprised.
It
there are
is.
so many of them.
Yes.
So, in other words, they have to go through 9 agencies.
Yes.
They
To
need
get
approval.
legalized, and yet there are so many of them that do get legalized. How
But
did-
it
how does
really
happen that-
depends. It
Yeah.
really depends on the categories of foreign nationals and the work that you do. For instance, when you're working for a mining industry and you're an engineer, then you have to go to DENR,
Okay.
specifically Mining and Geosciences Bureau, to get that authority to hire foreign national. And that authority to hire will be used when they apply for alien employment permit
Yes,
at the
ma'am.
Department
But
of
let's
Labor
simplify.
and
Let's just
Employment.
look at POGOs.
Yes.
POGOs,
For
quite simply in POGOs.
For POGOs, it's just you enter here as a tourist visa. You can convert your visa into a working visa, but you have to comply with all the requisites for employment.
Which is what employer
You need to have an employer, and
Yeah.
then there's a contract between
Yes.
the employer
and
and
yourself, no?
yes.
Yeah.
The business permit of the
Employer.
establishments.
Yes.
Yeah, and then the labor market test that I've mentioned.
Yun, yes.
And the skills that you mentioned, sabi mo, it has to be a skill that Filipinos
Only
can.
Yes.
cannot-
There's no
Yes.
competent,
Yes.
able.
The only
and
thing I can
willing.
think of there is yung
The-
speaking Mandarin.
Speaking Mandarin, in the POGO operation, the programming is also in
The back
Chinese.
end.
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. So
So
you're-
kailangan we have to be Mandarin and Chinese literate.
Yes,
No.
yes.
Okay.
Especially in programming and developing
Yes.
developing games online. And then there's also the business side of it, that you attract customers offshore.